All right, so welcome again to Military Guna TV. Thank you very much for joining me. And roughly, hopefully you guys are doing good. It's not that good, but definitely it's not that bothering for me. I really thought that we got an opportunity to show some class. Never said win, but show some class. We didn't really stand up as though we wanted to. I got the opportunity to rewatch a game early this morning. Tough. I had to get up a bit earlier. And to be honest, if I should be honest, it wasn't as bad as though it seemed last night. When you take away all the emotions from the game, it definitely wasn't as bad as it first was perceived. Now, there's a few things that you definitely realize in football when you're playing against a better team. There's strong possibility that you won't have the amount of possession that you desire to have, and the chances of you hurting that team in particular kind of the probability kind of dwindles. It kind of dwindles just a little bit, but nonetheless, we'll have something to talk about, people. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to run through some of the goals. This won't be a long stream because there's a lot of things I have to do today, so this won't be a long stream. Possibility of the stream is about 30 minutes. Yeah, around 30 minutes. So I want to get into the details as fast as possible. Also, we really appreciate it if you guys smash that like button. Let's get straight to the details. So the Reggae Girls are we can't advance to the finals. It was a very good run by the Reggae Girls, I would say. A beautiful run by the Reggae Girls. They went on for, despite all the odds that were against them, they did very well. Now, let's look at some other aspects. Both teams that advanced to the final are way ahead of Jamaica in preparation, resources, all of these factors. Now, if you even look at the amount of friendlies that Canada played this year, or even competitive games that Canada played this year, vastly supersede what we have done. Now, same the less, a lot of people are going to say, coach could have done this, the coach could have done that. And I don't really know what the coach is thinking, but nonetheless, I believe even if we had our best squad on the pitch, the possibilities that we might still lose, but maybe by 1 goal, 2-1 or something like that, we might see a more of a to and from type of football game. But in the same sense, they do have a better squad than us. They really are better than us at this point in time. So people, I can speak like this. It's not match day, people. So you don't know it's not match day. But in the same sense, people, the general aspect is that this is the level that we want to reach. This is the level that we want to reach. This is what we want to do going forward. And if you should look at it with a few tweaks, maybe a little bit more, well, maybe some more investment, you can definitely see that we can really, the ceiling for this team is very high. Just some small tweaks, just some small tactical inputs, and definitely on the administrative level, we can really become one of the best teams in the world. We have that ceiling. Now, if you look at this competition highlights how good we are. This competition highlights also how far we are from being at the elite level. It definitely highlights what we need to do to be at that level. Now, many would say that, boy, military, we're going to need some better players here. And I'm watching back the game. I'm saying, you know what? It's not that bad. It's not that bad in regards to player-wise. But I do believe that the friendlies had a lot to do with it. And friendlies of top quality. Oh, I'm going to share something with you guys. I'm going to share something with you guys. I'm going to share something with you guys, people. Let me see if I can. I'm just going to share something with you guys. I'll give me a second. Just give me a second, please. Give me a second. I'm looking for the page actually. Yeah, I just found the page. I'm going to show you something. And I'm going to bring it back to 2021 February. All right, so I'm going to bring it back. So I just found the page, people. I just found the page. So let me stop share that. Let me share this. I'm going to show you something, people. I'm going to show you what one of the difference is. The difference is in a top team, a world-class team, and a organization that have proper funding and proper backing. I'm going to show it to you, people. All right, so this year is the Canadian team run up leading to the game that we played yesterday. This is a Canadian team. So let me track it back to, let me go back to as far as last year. So we're going to look at the amount of games we have played versus the amount of games the Canada team has played from last year. So let's start with last year, February. So last year, February, in the She Believes Cup, the Canadian team played 3 games. Is it 3? 1, 2, 3. They played 3 games in the She Believes Cup. These 3 games are against the USA, against Argentina, and against Brazil. So those are the 3 teams. Now, they won only one of that. And they only defeated Argentina. They lost to USA. They lost to Brazil. Then now, coming to this year, they played 2 friendlies against Nigeria. They win one and drew the other. Then they also went on to play South Korea. And they drew that game as well. So that is how much games since from last year until now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. So that is the Canadian team played 6 games before entering into this particular competition. From last year until now, they have played 6 games before entering into this competition. Remember now, well, most of our players are playing overseas, so that wouldn't be necessarily an issue. Now, before they face Jamaica, these are the amount of games that they have played. I'm still adding up the game. So the competition kicks off. The Women's Championship starts at 7, Trinidad 8, 9. Okay, so they didn't put on the earlier championship games. They didn't add on the earlier championship games. I don't know. I'm not sure why they didn't do that. I'm not sure why they didn't do that, but I'm quite sure that they played in the first round of the championships. They're only highlighting that. Let me see if I can find somewhere who's highlighting that. The final rounds. Give me a second, people. Canada female football. Okay, so good. All right, so I'm bringing it back, people. So let's start off. They played the Arnold Clark Cup this year against England. They drew 1-1. So that's 7 games. Germany, they won 1-0. That's 8 games. And Spain, they lost 1-0. That's 9 games. They also played 1, 2, 3 friendlies. The 3 friendlies that I mentioned. So that's 9 games they have played before the start of the Concacaf Women's Championship. That is 9 games they have played before the start of the Concacaf Women's Championship. I just remember that they didn't play the first round. It's just because, let me see. They didn't play the first round. So that is 9 games before the kickoff of the championship. So leading up to Jamaica, it would be let's see. Leading up to Jamaica, it would be 10, Trinidad 10, 11, 12. So they played 12 games in that same time period before they played the Reggae Girls. So let's find out how many games Jamaica had played before facing Canada. And we're gonna go back to to last year. So we played Nigeria, defeated Nigeria 1-0, lost to the USA 4-0. So that's, and then we lost to Costa Rica. And we drew Costa Rica 0-0. So that's for last year. That is for last year. So that's 3 games. So I'm starting, what I'm doing now, people, I'm starting this during the same time period, the amount of games the Canadian team played versus the amount of games the Jamaican team had played. So that's 3 already. In the Concacaf, the dumb rep game, so that's 4. Then Mexico 5, USA 6, Jamaica 87. So the Canadian team played 2 competition and 3 friendlies before they faced Jamaica. 2 competition, that's She Believes Cup and some another Oral Cup or something like that, I can't remember. And Jamaica played 1 championship games and 3 friendlies. So that's the difference in regards to preparation for both teams. Now, let's get back to what we had. So in regards to preparation, the Canadian team have Marcus, them none of there's something now show me. None of something now show me, man. I don't know why they not show me it, but let me see if we can find it on the Concacaf website. The first stages of the players of the championship. I'm go on the Concacaf website. Then page. We played 4 games. In the first round. We played 4 games in the first round, in which was conducted under Vin Blaine, actually. I'm trying to find the first round, people. Let me see. This is the under 17. Championship AB. Well, that's after that. Qualified. Let's see. We played 4 games. I'm sure about those 4 games. Good. We were faced Panam. No, that's the under 20. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find the group stages, people. But we did have those 4 games. Now, in regards to preparation, people, I do believe, and remember that now at one point, the Reggae Girls were actually begging to have a training camp, begging money, funds to have a training camp. They actually basically a GoFundMe account. They created a GoFundMe account. A GoFundMe account. One person was saying that why not just create a Reggae Girl only camp, only fan account. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know why that person would really say something like that. But let's see, a few people. Island Card said, MG, do you think the coach have the knowledge to set up the team to compete with big team? And do we have the players to do so as well? I do think the coach have the knowledge. He has played at this level before. He has participated at the World Cup before. So I do believe he has the knowledge. But I'm not sure if what he's doing is a strategic movement. I'm not sure if it's just a strategic direction or approach. It could be a strategic approach. It could be. I'm not sure though. Big up Sterling. JT said, to me, I believe that we just go there to defend. I didn't see much fight. It's like they knew they were going to lose and gave in. I'm not sure. Fly Dopeman said, do you think the girls improve? Yes, they have improved. I believe so. Brownman Security said, bless up military good, enough respect to the girls. Big up as well, Brownman Security. Massive respect. Island Car said, MG, what do you see what the coach do with the team against Canada? All right. So for me personally, I think the first 15 minutes, the girls came out to play. The first 15 minutes, the girl came out to play. The game was an evenly contested game in the first 15 minutes. After that first goal, we kind of went into a shell. I do believe that the first goal has a lot to do with it. We went into a shell after we conceded the first goal. And you saw where the Canadian team started growing confidence. They started controlling the ball a lot more. They started pushing us back in our own half. And that is just how the game proceeds. But I do believe that we have identified now our weakness, which is wide areas. And that is something that the USA ripped us with, out the wide areas. Marcus Masaya said, Guna, you missed the first round. Oh, just adjust that. Stinger the Killer said, we defended too much last night. No pressing was applied in the game so that the Canadian parked the bus on us. Marcus said, last night game, the coach wasn't playing to get to the finals. He wants to play Canada in the third place Olympic playoff. But to play Canada in the third place Olympic playoff, but how you know say Canada not gonna beat USA? You remember, anything can happen in that game, you know. It's a final, you know. When you reach a final, you know, you think form really matter again? When you reach finals, me can tell you, man, it's all boils down to who wants it more. And 100% I agree that both teams deserve to be in the finals. Now, I'm going to just have a run through the games because, as I said, people, this won't be a long stream because there's a game playing right now that I need to watch. I need to watch that game in particular. So let's have a run through the goals that we conceded last night. We're going to have a look at these goals, people. Let's have a look at these goals that we conceded last night. I do believe we could have done a lot better in regards to these goals. We're going to run through the goals again, even though we did it last night. These are some sequence of events. So the 17 minutes, that's the, as I said, no, people, in the first quarter of the game, it was fairly an evenly contested game. So this 17 minutes was when the first goal came. Let me see if I can take off the music off it. So there's a pass in between the channel. Salon didn't intercept that one better. This is a pass. That is where Salon tore the ball in the path of the left back, I believe, with a good player, very good player. She drives towards the byline, lifts her heads up, stop and go, goes to the byline and get a cross in. Now, that cross was deflected actually because it was not a cross. It was not a total error cross. It was deflected. And that's the reason why you saw the ball actually rise. That's where the ball rise. And here, this here, I think this here is it Swaby? Is it Swaby? Or Asha? I think that is Asha. Is it Asha in the number 7? Yes, I think it's Asha who's in the number 7. That is where we conceded the first goal. Let me check to see if it's Asha who's in the number 7. I believe it's Asha. I strongly believe it's Asha who's in the number 7. But let me check to confirm. Yeah, it was Asha who should have literally stayed a little bit closer to her marker, I believe. So let me continue. So that's the first goal there by the Canadians. And they are celebrating. They are really happy about that one. This is where you know that they are gaining in confidence. Let me get rid of the music. They start to play some lovely passes in and around our 18-yard box. That's some lovely touches. This is a beautiful save by our keeper, Rebecca Spencer. Beautiful save by Rebecca Spencer. She is tremendous. Now, this is where the second goal comes. As I said, the Canadians are utilizing all wide areas. They realize that, I'm not sure if it's how the team is set up, but we are very clustered centrally. We definitely don't defend the wide areas properly. So this ball in the wide areas, it's now Blackwood who challenge. And remember now, people, the second goal came in the 63rd minute. So first goal came in the 17th minute, and the second goal came in the 64th minute. And this has happened. Blackwood, she should have definitely at this point in time gone a lot more closer to her rather than watching her, allowing her to get the cross in. I believe so. Cross comes in, And is that Asha, it's Swaby who lost Swaby lost her marker. And that was pretty much a very good finish. I strongly believe that's a very good finish. So second goal on the 63rd minute or 64th minute, you would say. In the same time, we still got a few opportunities. All right, so this now is a third goal. Ball playing diagonal as well, as you can consistently see. They switch it to the left hand side. So they switch it to the left hand side. We closed on that side quite early, so you can see that we have numbers. So there's 1 Canadian, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3. So there's 3v3 there. Now at this point in time, I believe this here is Swaby coming closer to stop the pass from coming out. Good. Now this is my problem. At this point in time, we have a 2v2 situation over here. We have a 2v2. I don't have a marker. If I had a live in a show, we have a 2v2 situation here. Both players ball watching, trying to get on the ball. The Canadians are also ball watching because they want to get on the ball as well. But at this point in time, I believe that if either player should be checking when the ball is in the air, checking around them to see what's happening. The ball rise. This is what's happened. We still didn't win the first header. Satara Murray didn't win the first header. Could be that she might be shorter. But at this particular point, Blackwood is vastly too close to Satara Murray rather than her marker. She's vastly too close to Satara Murray rather than her marker. And I do believe that is something that we need to really look at. So that's it. No, this is a happen now. The ball is lobbed in the air. Marker goes to the back post, and at this point in time, Spencer would have definitely feel need to come and cover her front post, and you cannot deny her of that because the ball is in her 18-yard, actually 6-yard box. So that's important that she come across here. But if you should look at the situation before that, at this point in time, at this point, this is where all the errors are made. This one time, this is where Blackwood should be a lot closer to her marker rather than Satara Murray, who is making the first challenge. And I do believe that's one of the errors. So it was a good finish. A really good finish there from the Canadian striker or winger, I believe. So it's definitely something that we can work on. Just ask the players to most definitely check their shoulders, specifically the defenders, to check their shoulders when they are going to make a challenge or going to win an aerial duel. I do think that is an area that we need to really work on. All right, so let me go into the comments. Let me get through the comments. Singer the Killer said we defended too much last night. No pressing was applied in the game so that it can make part of the boss. I just read that. Kirk Ennis said, big up Kirk. Blackwood lacked the basics as a left back. I think she's more of an attacking-minded player, not that defensive type player. I think Wilshire defensively is better than Blackwood. Attacking-wise, I do think that Blackwood can offer something attacking-wise, but she's definitely not an out-and-out fullback. I would put her as a wing-back, but not as a fullback. The coach was looking at Jamaican players, and he looking at the Canadian team too. Island Card said, so MG, if we came third, we'd go to the Olympics same way or our playoff. We go to the playoff, we play against second place. That's either of the USA or the Canadian team. Whosoever comes second in that game. The first place automatically go through the Olympics. Marcus Masayagav said, I don't know how he knew if we will beat Costa Rica. I don't know either. I don't know. None of us know. That is the same thing. We don't know if USA is going to win. It's finals, people, and anything can happen in finals. John Joe said defenders was not good enough. Some of the girls on the Jamaican team are not up to par overwork. I won't say not up to par, but I definitely think that structurally, that could be one of the reasons why we lost out on this game. Structurally and, preparation-wise. John Jones said, Canada not going to beat USA. USA going to destroy Canada. Well, if you're sure about that, still, we will see. Marcus Messiah said, the keeper doing a little bit too much for me. Sometimes with the ball at her feet, she should stop playing around. The good thing is that she doesn't lose the ball and she does well in the goal. So I have no problem at all with the keeper. Charles Brahma said, Swebe deflected the ball. All 3 goals should have been prevented. It could have been prevented. I won't say should have, but it can be prevented. Blackwood needs to play better. Kirk Ennis said, ball watching by Swebe for the second goal and lost her marker. You didn't even see she had any interest in covering the marker. Charles Brahma said, Swebe looked tired this game, gave away 2 goals, but we look okay moving the ball at times. Agree. Specifically, the last 10 minutes, I think we played well. Last 10 minutes in the game. I don't know where that extra energy came from. John Joe said, need to get some more skillful football players. It's not about skills, and it's about understanding what the coach wants to do. Charles Brown said, no, the keeper is doing a good job holding up the ball and slowing down the game, giving our players a chance to get better position down the field. My opinion, still, and that's a good analytical view of it. Mark Ennis said, Blackwood never checked her shoulder during the game. I do think so as well. Alan Carr said, we need more defenders from England. The defender we have is not good enough for example, Blackwood. It's just that Blackwood is not solely a defender. She's more of an attacking type player. Charles Bremer said, McCoy isn't physical or demanding her presence enough for us. Didn't do a thing. That's the reason I said McCoy plays off a striker. I'm not sure if she's a main striker or should play as a main striker, but I believe that she plays well. Should play better if she plays off a main striker. Charles Bremer said, we look like JV playing varsity, or attackers need work. I think that has to do with systems. It's a systematical thing. Charles Bremer said, Asha Gray McCoy needs to more work. Everton Jackson said, MG pointless to continue to bash our performance and coaches without looking at the economics. USA and Canada are the richest team in CONCACAF. We currently lack the funds to build a program to compete. I totally agree with that. Remember that at one point we were begging, literally begging, as I said, go fund me and all these type of things to even keep a camp. Dean Hilton said the coach blundered badly. Goal hungry and thirsty sat on the bench throughout. I'm not sure. Still waiting on the press conference to be released to find out what was the situation on the benching of Khadija Shaw. Still waiting on that. Kyle Wallace, big up Kyle. Thank you very much for tuning in. Solid team effort considering no practice matches. Players out of shape and played into form. We need more practice matches. I 100% agree with that. And not just practice matches against quality opponent. I definitely do see major improvement without even having a camp. Speaks volumes in the team. And that is what I'm saying. So people, this is the last comment I'm going to take. I'm going to close off now because there's a game that I need to go and watch right now. I see a lot of improvement. As the competition goes by, I see the team improving gradually, and that is a good thing. Now, if we had actually a long enough camp where the players were together for a longer duration and proper training facilities, specifically resources, I do believe that we have seen a better, even higher level performances. So you wouldn't see us getting 3-0 and 5-0 and all this type of beat. Maybe 1-0, maybe 2-1, but you see us compete definitely a lot more. And bear in mind, people, that Donaldson came into the team just maybe about a month ago or a couple of weeks ago. So it's not as if he has been there from day one. And this team is basically the hallmark of a Vin Blaine team. So I'm not sure if he is significantly got his time to imprint his ideals and philosophy on the team. It can happen, but not sure if it happened in such a short time span. But most definitely, people, I do believe that it was a good performance. We just played against a better team, and that's just how football is. A better team, they utilize their strengths. and capitalize on the opponent's weakness. And that's what we saw. Our weakness are the crosses, and they would have used their strength and utilize their wingers. So you have to respect that. People, it has been half an hour now, and I said I would be only doing an half an hour show. So people, thank you very much for those who tuned in. Massive, massive respect, people, for everyone who tuned in. Hopefully, guys, smash the like button, people, and I'll see you guys again. Until next time, people, have a very, very good day. And stay safe, people. MG Sports TV, people. Military Guna TV, people. We're out. Good try, Reggae Girls. And well done to the Canadian team. Well done. Hopefully, we win the semifinals and we see who we play. Hopefully, we win the third place game and we'll see who play in the Olympic game. Big up, people. Thank you very much for tuning in.